It is completely understandable to not know this, but Gran Turismo 4 has 13 different tyre compounds. Of these 13, you'd expect to maybe deal with half of them during a normal run. Today though, with your help, I'll be getting to experience tyres from across the board on your finest work. First though, a quick rule explanation. This here is a perfectly standard 787B, included with it a very standard comfort tyre package. Right now, it is setting a benchmark lap time on Citadiria, which will serve as the lap target today's vehicles will have to meet. Speaking of which, 5 vehicles you requested will be selected at random, assigned random tyres, and be asked to meet the benchmark time. 132.855 is the gold standard. Anything faster or over 1 second slower will require a setup change. And with that in mind, our first challenge is... Okay, car number 1 will be... Are you serious? What? Wait, what does this say? Is this some PAL language I'm not familiar with? Hang on, what's it gonna... Although this car has not been given a price, 200,000 credits are needed for a trade-in. That's so formal. Why is it so formal, man? I think with that we have, yeah, they're starting to infect the garage. The entire reason why this car came into existence was to be as annoying as its challenge rules allowed. So, a great whirlpool already, right? As if it couldn't get any worse, the next task would see what tyres we had to swap onto this thing. Ooh. Okay, seems like an improvement, right? Well... So yeah, sadly this just couldn't get fixed, but maybe what's coming up will make up for it. Carl Benz's second masterstroke of car design allows for a 4th wheel to be fitted to the carriage, so now we don't have to deal with the wheels phasing into each other and bricking the entire car. And seriously, if there was any car that needed 4 wheels more, it would be this one. 12,000 horsepower, mid-engined, all-wheel drive. What tyres will be up to the task? As long as it isn't standard. Uh-oh. I say as long as it isn't standard, but this is not gonna go well either. Now this is a huge improvement over the standard tyres of this thing. Oh, I forgot. The dude is fighting, he's got a cramp in his back. This thing is so whimsical, man. It's so enchanted. Needless to say, the power was there, but it was coursing through a 140-year-old chassis. This was a track... Even with the carriage's modern equivalence chassis, it was so temperamental that laps were often seconds apart, giving me no idea what upgrades or downgrades should be applied. It's not gonna make it. No, no. Oh, we're so close though. This is like achingly close. Oh. Yeah, the best driving advice for these cars is just do not remind yourself that you're driving a motor carriage. Just play in this camera view and pretend you're in something nice. Ow. No! It doesn't have reverse. It doesn't have reverse. Do not get stuck on a wall. Come on, stay within sight. Oh, it's too late, it's too late. Oh my god. Too much, too much. Oh, that's a good time split there. Only 2 seconds behind. Might actually be too good at some points. 5 seconds, really. Come on, full focus. Oh, okay. Wait. 31, 32, 33, 33.5. That will count. Okay, please can we just have something that can be bought from a dealership? DeLorean. Now this one is interesting. I like this idea actually. Driving on. Yeah, it's clearly not going to plan. With those 10 missions out of the way, learning how to overtake once again, or not, from some of them, we finally get ourselves. There we go. Do not sell this. This DeLorean will now be given the engine it needed. A huge V8 sitting in the back. If only you can turbo. That sounds a bit scary, but okay. So yeah, keep in mind, same tires as the patent, but it's going to be mediums, not softs this time, okay? So you know the Widowmaker nickname? What would suit an 800 horsepower turbocharged V8 DeLorean? This rear engine as well, I just remembered. And oh, you can definitely tell. Well, I'd call it something nicer than the carriages from earlier, but that is the lowest bar possible. This car feels like it has tires at least, but only until the turbo kicks in, and then they just explode. Yeah, if this thing gets a worse lap than the patent, or the Daimler, you do have to brake super early for stuff though, that's the main problem. Whoa, rear engine moment right there. Yeah, the thing isn't made for this level of power. However, are we too quick? No! Do not be too quick. No, it's too quick! 880, that's too slow now. Ah, turbo, thank you. Wait, I think I'm too late on the brakes again. No, it's just made it. Okay, this should be it. There's no way it isn't. 32, 33, 510. So, what weird prize car will it land on next? NSX. Okay, guess we're doing our endurance. It's really choosing all the rare cars, isn't it? AI is having trouble with the brakes as well. That will come back to bite it. So, Minolta engine, F1 gearbox again, and downforce again. This build has by far the most potential we've seen today, and depending on the tires, it could be unstoppable. Let's see what it gets. Uh-oh. It's racing. Now this is going to be a lot worse than it looks. The DeLorean's much worse sports tires helped it reach the target easily, but with racing mediums and no way to change them, this NSX would have to sacrifice time in other ways. Cutting the springs did a number, until I accidentally made it too good again, having to find a way to add 3 seconds to the target still. I think I might be too quick. Oops. Braking is an uncertainty. The direction the car veers at random points is a good one too. Dude. And the bouncing really ices the cake. Oh, look at that! Despite all that, there were still faint reminders that this thing could once set a 1:20. I was driving normal for a split second there. Around here it's usually okay as well. Once you get some speed and elevation, it all unravels. Oh dear. Achieving the closest time to the 787B yet. No, you cannot get the bounce on in this thing. Just about got it stops in there. Oh no, 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 no. Honestly, it's better to get wheel spin out of there than to face the bouncing. What's it gonna be? 32, 33, 309. Let's go. This car has fallen from grace. 120.8 to 1. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
We've seen a lot of different setups, but how would front-wheel drive fare in this setting?
Finally a car I don't have to do 50 events for.
Once again, the rubber will determine... Oh. Clearly, this one would need to play into the handling aspect, which is tricky with it being front-wheel drive and on borderline road tires. Let us then ring up the aerodynamics department.
Will it be enough though? 32, 33, 1. We're getting close.
And now back to the continual theme of rear engine V8s for some reason.
Out of curiosity though. Okay, just bringing my Honda into the GT Auto.
Air cooling, air aero, and a GT40 engine are joined together by this thing. And the tires?
Uh-oh. No. No. This is going to suck. I think that's the best one. I'll give it that. This is not gonna be good.
Obviously then, we're gonna have to take advantage of the wing following behind us.
Okay, I actually really like how this drives. I wish it was just a little bit quicker, but you know, we got road tires and all that. Well, we're obviously gonna be 10 seconds behind the target. For the first time, I don't really care. Oh no. Oh. Oh, it might be close. 32, 32, 8. That's actually extremely close, but that is actually faster than the other lap. One, 32, just done it. No, it had no. Three is just in.
Your creations have proven themselves worthy in a time attack setting, but who will hold it together in a combat situation? Here, your cars will face against this tire-mixed 787B that has sports tires from a Daihatsu K car on the front and comforts from a Peugeot 206 on the back. Expectations for the win gravitated towards the NSX, who had the best acceleration by far. The big question being, however, would the AI find time for the horrible setup?
Somehow the carriage is around the first corner. Oh no, I got hit. Oh dear, there's mass casualties going on. It's me versus the Honda. No, the carriage is in front still as well. What is happening with this dude? Barely getting control of it. Never mind. Ouch, ouch. Just got Honda'd right there.
The absolute go-karts that ended up being the Integra and the Fiat made quick work of us throughout the early stages.
Oh, for God, stop!
Leaving the ball in our court as the straight opens.
Are we gonna work together here? Come on, top speed. The Fiat's on the side of the wall. Now we're approaching the NSX, who is struggling for top speed, it looks like. On racing tires, mind you. DeLorean's got no worries at all for the top speed. It's just going between 4th and 5th. Shifting between 400 and 500 kilometers an hour. Such a dead heat between us two. Who's gonna be brave on the brakes? Oh god. DeLorean's gonna go for the dive bomb there. Did not work. Now I missed the front wheel drive here. I'm gonna get kicked in the rear. Okay, it's not that bad. Overtake him on the outside. Honda's actually the one to go off though, interestingly enough. I'm gonna go for the overtake again. But how long is it gonna last? I'm not holding the lead for these corners coming up. Yep, as expected. No, you crashed me in the sand. I can see sand in the distance. Oh, how has the Honda managed to go off track there? I have no idea. I think, oh no, I think I know what happened to a certain carriage here. It does not have reverse gear. That is so stuck. 10 out of 10. Car designed by Carl Benz there. It's like a kid trying to control a shopping trolley or something.
Some odd results then, but there's a way to make this even stupider. Now, with tyre wear, there are so many factors here that will decide this race's fate. Would racing slicks be able to counteract their short lifespan if the NSX gets to the front fast, while the other cars are still heating their tyres? Would none of this matter because... oh. What is the fine line between tyre endurance and number of pit stops? Does having long-lasting rubber matter when your tyres are wheelbarrow sized or just simply don't exist? Actually, even the carriage is a podium contender at this point. To no one's surprise, the poor NSX had likely popped its medium race slicks by the third lap and was out. Next to go was the road tyre Fiat, which amassed an impressively bad 5 laps. The battle of endurance would boil down to sports hards, mediums, comforts, and dirt tyres. This actually really good battle would eventually be called off after the heavy V8 DeLorean couldn't take it any longer, leaving the Integra, myself, and the Daimler without a stop. Never mind, it's the Group C car versus the first 4-wheel motor car ever. Lap 12 and my second place stronghold was all but gone, and with it, my tortured Peugeot 206 comforts. Against everything I thought I knew about this game, the final remaining zero-stop car is the motor carriage.
He's not pitting in. This man has managed to nurse his rally tires for 30 laps. What is this guy's secret? Never mind the fact it's got rally tires. It has 12,000 horsepower, and it's doing a zero stop. The thing is as well, it's been holding off all of the other cars as well. Very well deserved second place for this guy. Yeah, for all the flack I gave Carl Benz earlier, this makes up for it, I think. No one has achieved this much efficiency since the car was made. Think about that. And there goes. Okay, so they start off green. Hang on, they don't wear, do they? That's disappointing in a way, but at the same time, that's funny that this car lets you do that. So yeah, this was a little experiment, I guess, for a potential tournament you might have seen. And I think it's worked out pretty decently. Like, from the small battle we saw with the motor carriage and the DeLorean and the 787B, it looks, like, properly close. Everyone had their separate weaknesses and strengths. Obviously, we're gonna have to get the B-Spec AI guy to drive the cars instead of, well, me. But apart from that, I think we have ourselves an interesting idea